So next, you're going to need a bar for some of these. Just have something to hold on to. You can use a heavy piece of furniture, or you can incorporate these into your ballet bar or a warm-up with pre-bar exercises. We're going to get into some deep rotator work, improving fascial glide through those muscles for external rotation. So we're going to start just by opening up that hip. So you're just maneuvering that femur in and out. It should feel pretty good after our centering work. You'll feel some fascial tensioning happening in the back. And then you're going to hold that position. You may go farther than your usual standing external rotation. We have some load. We're not putting the knee or ankle in any danger. We're trying to take those external rotators to their end range. And then we're going to turn that leg into internal rotation and put that butt cheek on a stretch. Yeah, so you can pull away from the bar, but you should feel a deep stretch in this area. Again, we're taking those tissues through their range of motion as they shorten and glide over each other, and then they're coming into this stretch. And most of the time when we are dancing, we're just holding them at a mid-range, and they never get to go through that full range of motion. So to restore the fascial glide to your external rotators, we are trying to get some more blood flow there, trying to get some fascial layers gliding across each other to remind them what they do, what they're supposed to do. So holding it at that end range, should feel that tensioning, feel them at their shortest range, and then slowly spin that femur into internal rotation and put that on a stretch. You can pull away from the bar. You can tuck your tailbone and get to the higher deep rotators. You can lean to the outside edge of the foot or the inside edge of the foot, wherever you feel the tightest. I'll do that 2 more times. Finding that range, feeling them at that shortest end range. And then we're going to stretch them, glide them to their longest range. And again, we want to be an internal rotation of the femur. So we are taking those to their fullest range. I think this is one of my favorite exercises. So many dancers have tight, restricted range of motion through the deep rotators, and helping to restore that fascial glide makes such a difference in their ability to maintain that position and have stability there. So it's very, very important. So after that, come back, try your first position, just take a plie and see if that side has a little more external rotation. Should be freeing up the femur in the hip socket. We'll go ahead and do the other side. I'm going to take it this way so you can see the action of my foot. Yeah. I'm going to hold it out there. Doesn't matter what the other side does. I'm working on the deep rotators on the left, taking them to their shortest range, gliding those fascial layers across. And then I'm going to put them on a stretch, turning this in, and then I'm going to stick my butt out and get a stretch through those deep rotators. Again, if you're on the opposite side of the bar, pulling away. It might not look very pretty, but what we are doing for your external rotators is very nice. So go ahead and embrace it. So taking those to their end range of motion, increasing that fascial glide. You're going to feel that tensioning. And we're going to slowly spin that femur in and get the other leg out of the way. And then you can play with tucking the tailbone to get to the higher range of deep rotators. You can lean to the outside edge of the foot, inside edge, but you're taking them through that stretch. Reminding those layers of fascia how far they can go. Taking it to their shortest range and then spinning it around to that longest range. And you may need one more time. Spinning it around And then try that plie, and it should feel like there's a lot more ease in that rotation. Yeah. So once we have established this fascial glide and greater ease, what I think is very important to do is make sure we can access it while dancing. It's one thing to do an exercise, but to really be able to transfer it and integrate it into your dancing immediately is so important. So we're going to continue that idea. We're going to start in a first position, and we're going to turn this leg in. You're going to feel the ease stretching. You're going to turn that leg back out. Feel that activation. Put it on a little test and lift the other side. Stretching that side. Fascial layers glide. Reposition. Feel that activation and test. So we're asking those fascial layers to find that glide. We're asking those deep rotators to activate. The gluteals are working to support you. So we're putting it right into your dancing. We're activating that glide, and then we're asking the body to find it. We're going to put that into a tendu exercise, turning it in, turning it out. Feel that activation. Shift your weight with the tendu. Turn it in, turn it out, tendu in. So we're making sure that that femur stays centrified because you have accessed all of the tissues, muscles, fascia around it. Yeah. We can do a similar exercise. Gather it in, releve. Yeah. Finding it. Can it stay activated? You may notice that the side we've been working on feels very different than the side, and you don't have to leave your hand on the butt cheek. You can maneuver through your positioning. Yeah. I'm going to stay facing you. You can trade out size of the bar. So we're going to start with turning it in, putting this on a stretch. Turn it out. Feel that glute region support you. Transfer your weight. Turn it in, turn it out. Feel that area supporting you. Turning it in, turn it out. Feel this whole area balanced as you shift your weight. Turn it in, turn it out. Feeling that shift. We'll get ready for the tendu exercise. Turning it in, turning it out. As you take that tendu out, you know that you have balance around that hip socket. We've got the gluteals. We've got the side stabilizers. Deep rotators are working at their maximum range. Yeah. Turning it in, feeling that that is activated for you. Turning it out. Yeah. We'll take it to the releve. You can take this with dégagés, battements, making sure that you have that stabilization system working. Turning it in, turning it out, activating through. Turning it in, turning it out. That's part of it. Yeah, turning it in. Feeling that activation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.